For Bellamy, we have a weather impact alert in place. We've been telling you about this all week long now as we brace for flooding and strong winds here in Georgia. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Holcomb, and meteorologist Melissa Norton have been tracking the storm for you all night. And guys, we are expecting landfall to happen at any moment now.
Anytime now. We think it will be within this hour. We've been tracking this storm, and that center of the circulation still is over water. With the 10 o'clock update that we just got in, there's not an official landfall yet. However, this northern eye wall is coming in over land there in the Big Bend region, and we'll wait until the center of that circulation moves in over the coast before we will have an official landfall. Now, I want to zoom out just a little bit to show you just the whole structure with that and everybody that is impacted by this system. It's not just that center of circulation with the landfall. Look how large this is. We have a large area of rain. You can see here the counterclockwise flow with that, and that's sending up a lot of this Gulf moisture into our area. We have already been dealing with rain for the past 2 days here from a cold front that is stalled out, and now we're getting the influence from Francine. Even though the specific rain shield, like these bands there, haven't made it to us yet, it's still giving us that flow of rain, and it's only going to get worse during the overnight hours. That's why we are here with you tonight. We want you to know we're not only here with you this evening, we're going to be here with you overnight, because we know it is going to be tough to sleep tonight when you're hearing that heavy rain, when those strongest winds start whipping up, and you may hear trees cracking outside your window or maybe even falling in your neighborhood. We're going to be here with you to walk you through this system, to let you know what's going on now and when things are going to get better. Here is the center of that circulation right now, that northern eye wall getting closer. Actually, part of the northeastern eye wall right there is touching the coast, and then this northern eye wall is about to. But again, we won't have official landfall until this center makes it over the land, and we think that's going to be happening maybe within this hour. But look how all of these impacts stretch well over into Georgia. We have numerous tornado watches in effect. Earlier, we had 7 tornado warnings in southeast Georgia. Now we have one here near Savannah with that band that extends over into the Atlantic. The center of the storm is in the Gulf, but these bands go out into the Atlantic. They come in over land. We have some rotation with that. We have another tornado warning there just to the west of Charleston. And you can see those bands, how they're moving in here. And then up in our area, we've been dealing with a lot of light rain, a good persistent coverage of light rain, but then every once in a while, you'll see a little band coming through with some moderate rain with it, and that is only going to intensify as we go through those overnight hours. So here is the latest that we just got in. This is the 10 o'clock advisory, still at 140 miles an hour. So I was really eager and interested to see that update, because we saw it go from 125 miles an hour at 5 o'clock. That was a Cat 3. Then at 6:20, they upgraded it to a Cat 4 at 130 miles an hour. And then just last hour at 9 o'clock, it went up to 140. And now at 10 o'clock, it is still at 140. So this will most likely not become a Cat 5. We've been telling you we think that this storm won't really have enough time to get any stronger to be a Cat 5. It'd have to be up to 156 miles an hour or higher to be a Cat 5. So we don't think that's going to happen. But we're seeing this rapid intensification that's been happening all day long. And that is, as it makes landfall, we do think it will be a Cat 4 moving in. And then with that speed, north-northeast at about 24 miles an hour, I explained earlier, I want to tell this again for those of you who are just tuning in here in the 10 o'clock hour. These hurricanes are fueled by warm ocean water, Gulf water there, and as it moves inland, you're taking that fuel source away, and it is no longer getting that fuel, and so it usually starts falling apart. But it's a process that happens. The weakening process takes a little while. Because this one is moving so fast, north-northeast at 24 miles an hour, it's going to take a while, that weakening process. It's going to still be moving quickly. So we're talking about a Category 2 hurricane in south and southwest Georgia still, and then into central Georgia, a Category 1 up to around Macon, and even northward up towards Spalding County, Pike County. It'll still be a Cat 1 hurricane there. Then when it gets up to Atlanta, it'll be a tropical storm. Then it becomes a depression, a remnant low, as it pushes up into Tennessee and also into Kentucky before it stalls out and falls apart there. The other thing I want to show you here is when you see this cone I hear from so many people, oh, I'm in or out of the cone, and if I'm out of the cone, I don't need to worry. That is not true. This cone is called the cone of uncertainty, and what this is, it's showing us the likelihood of where the center of circulation is going to be, all right? This is not a cone of impacts. This is not showing us who's going to be impacted by the storm, because the impacts go far out from this cone. So this is just the cone of uncertainty here as it goes through the Atlanta area still as that tropical storm. We have also been watching these hurricane warnings that have been extending northward. We have the hurricane warning along the coast, but it goes into South Georgia, Central Georgia, and as far north as Jasper County, Butts County, Spalding County, and Pike and Lamar County and Upson County. And then all the rest of us are in a tropical storm warning, where we are going to be having those tropical storm force winds. So this is what we're going to be watching with that weather impact alert. And then I'm going to send it over to Melissa so she can tell you what's happening out there right now. She has been monitoring some storm reports we've been getting in and flooding reports we've been getting in. We continue with that weather impact alert for the rest of the night and into the day tomorrow. Those impacts will be not only just rain, we're talking flooding rain, and not just wind, we're talking damaging wind at hurricane and tropical storm force. We're also watching storms that would mainly be over on the east side. So most of you most likely still have power. We've been watching the power outage map. We have been seeing some power outages coming in right now, but it's not widespread yet. But so what I want you to do, if you have power right now, plug in your phone, plug in your devices, plug in anything that needs to be charged up, because you're going to want that to happen, because when power goes out, most likely overnight and into tomorrow morning, you'll be glad that you have that charged up. Also, make sure you have some batteries. If you have batteries in a closet somewhere that you have to dig around for, go ahead and get those out now, because if you need those for a flashlight or anything battery operated that if you lose power for, you'll want to have that ready as well.